Hello everyone, Christina here. Welcome back for another live stream here at my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here. Tonight I'm going to be creating a mailer envelope, kind of love themed or Valentine's themed. And I'm going to be using my new Knit with Love stencils that just came out last week. Hello to everyone over there in the chat. I'm recognizing some names. Hello, hello. Hi, Andrea, Sika, Karina, Donna, Sylvia, Rebecca, Scrappy Cat, Tanya, Cheryl. Hello. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I have not yet chosen my color palette for my envelope for tonight. So before we get to actually making the envelope, let's pick a color palette. And I'm going to base it off of postage stamps that I'll be using. So I need to pick out my postage stamps. Now, in my postage stamp collection, I have one of these thinner books that I have just labeled Love and Rainbow. And that's where I put all of my kind of like Valentine's postage stamps or anything super colorful over the years. That's where I put them all. So I'm going to open this up, set this aside for a moment, and we'll pick out our postage stamps. By the way, I should probably get a link to my entire release down there in the chat. Hold on one moment. I will add that link right now. Copy. All right. There. Whoa, sorry. That's all sorts of blurriness and weirdness happening. So that's all of my latest release. All right, so as you can see, I've got quite a few love stamps here. I think this one down here, if you guys can see this, it's like a bunch of little tiny hearts making up that large heart, which is kind of fun. It kind of goes with the stencil. I love the colors of this one. Unfortunately, I think those are the only ones I have left of that stamp. I'm really sad. I also really loved these, which I think Jessica Hish did. She's the designer. I love these too. I think I bought a bunch of those over the years. Kind of like bright red, like a poppy red is a good color palette for this. But I really love this one. Do you guys remember this postage stamp from a while back? In fact, I did a card based on it. It's quilling. Do you guys see that? It's so beautiful. All that quilling. Love it. Christy says, got some C9 gift cards for Christmas. Ordered some of your new items. Can't wait to use them. That's awesome. I hope you love it and you have a crafty, good old time. I love that. Okay, we've got this one right here, which I think I want something that has a little more color to it. That little cat and dog are so cute. I love all of these. Okay, seriously, they had a t-shirt with this on it. I totally bought it. I don't even know if I still have it anymore because it's not my size. I'm not that size anymore. But these are a classic. The little conversation hearts and some little lovebirds. The dog and cat, the puppy and the kitten. I have about a million of these because these look like my kitties. I've also got the little King and Queen of Hearts. Those are pretty classic. Just trying to think of like what color palette. Ooh, this would be fun and like a really different color palette. Hey, Betsy. Oh, hey, Mike's here. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer and her brother Mike are here. This would be a fun color palette and very unusual. Like purple, a bright green, and then a red. That would be very unusual. I don't entirely... I'm trying to figure out how I would make that work. I don't know if I can make that work. That might be a little too off for me. Let's see here. Got some other fun ones in here. Oh, I love this Wizard of Oz. So this is more into like the rainbow stuff. I only have 2 left of this one. It's one of my favorites to use. I just love these postage stamps. Most of the time you can, if I've use those up. I could find them online. I could purchase them again online somewhere, but presumably they would be even more expensive than when I bought them. Yes, Betsy, I have seen the new Love Lego set, and I need that one too. There's just too much out there. Then we're into Disney. I think I'm gonna stick with love themed though, and I'm kind of leaning towards this and doing reds and pinks, especially because if I pair the envelope with a card that I already have created, let me grab it, and it's made with this same stencil set, so it kind of works. I could pair it with this card. I think those colors would be really pretty. But also, if I did that, I would just kind of be recreating the card, which isn't the end of the world, but I wanted to do something, you know, fun with the stencil. My idea behind the stencil is that, you know, there's this top stencil where it'll like preserve that white area right there. I was going to have that white area be where I put the address. So like the name and address. So I'm trying to like keep that area kind of open. I've collected these postage stamps over the years. I did not get them in any one place, unless I bought them when they were new. If they were new, I bought them at USPS.com. But for the most part, I've just collected them in various places over the years. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this one. It's just a good classic pink and red. I think that's really great. In fact, I might even pair it with another one of these. I think pairing it with that one would be really cute. It's kind of, you know, it's a wax seal on an envelope. I think that could be really cute. I'm second guessing myself. Do I want to do that one? I think this could be really cute too. I like that. Let's do that. We'll do those two. Okay. So basically we've got like a red and a pink. Handmade, not Hallmark. That's a great name. Says, I would love to see a blue Valentine themed card, something other than red or pink. As indicated by my nail polish, I might not be the gal for you for that. I love anything red. That's why I thrive in the Christmas season. I thrive through Valentine's Day. Anything with red, I am just all over. That's not to say I won't ever do it, but I'm just thinking maybe not tonight. Carissa is the biggest advocate for the postage stamp with the puppy on it. She's like, and add the dog with the heart. I love it. Okay. So I'm going to pick out some inks. I'm thinking like, this really does look like poppy, maybe watermelon. Watermelon might be a little bit too orangey. I'm going to pick this out really quick. There's the stencil set. Or maybe I'll do Simon Says Stamp inks tonight. I could mix it up. So with that one, oh no, that red's not quite right. I like Simon's pinks, but I don't have a red that really matches. Poppy really is the perfect red. So I'm going to go back to my C9 inks. I'm going to do Poppy, Sweet Pea. We'll add a little bit of Cranberry just for a little bit of a darker. So these are the colors. Those are the ones we're going to do. People are advocating for the puppy. We'll see if it fits. I might not have space depending on the envelope, because I am going to do an A2 envelope. Now this stencil set is only 6x6. So, I mean, if I did a 5x7, I'd have to repeat edges of the design, which I think I'm going to have to do anyway, because the way this is designed, the heart is more near the top. I don't know if I can get that really centered. We'll see. Okay. Jennifer saying use both inks. Oh, I am using all of them. I'm going to use all the inks, but I wasn't sure if I'd use both stamps, or the puppy postage stamp. Okay, I'm using the 123 punch board. It's great. You can do envelopes, bows, and boxes. Have I ever done a bow or a box? No. I've only ever done envelopes on this, but I prefer this board over We Are Memory Keeper's other like punch board where you can make envelopes. It's just envelopes. I prefer this board because it has a swing out arm. This allows me to create larger envelopes. So I prefer this 123 punch board for making envelopes. And I don't think that it's not a huge price difference between the two punch boards to get the 123 punch board. Now this 123 punch board in the gray plastic has been discontinued for many years. They now have it in a white version that might possibly be a little bit easier to read the numbers on. I continue to use the gray punch board because it's a little bit easier on camera, but it is the exact same punch board. So when I update the supply section down below, I will link to the white current version of this punch board. But just so you know, the gray one you're seeing me use is only because it's a little bit easier to see on camera. Okay, so for an A2 card right here, for an A2 card, it says we need our paper size to be 8 1/4. I've already cut that down. And then our punch guide measurement is 3 5/8. Okay, so I'm going to come up here and I'll go to 3 5/8. I love that they have every single measurement to the 8th measured, or marked, I should say, on the board. And I always forget to get out my bone folder. So after I do that, then I'm going to use the bottom score line. And this is why it's great to have this swing out arm, because otherwise I'm like, where's the score line? I can't see it. So we'll start it right there. Take it all the way up to that punch. All right, so you can see that line, and then I'll rotate. And I'm going to match up this line with this envelope score groove right here. You can kind of slide it over and you'll feel it sort of lock into place. Punch that again. And then I'm going to score using the bottom score line once again. So I'll score that up right through there. And then, just like I did before, I'm going to rotate it like this. And I'll break it in and I'll line it up right there. And you'll notice, because now we're on to our third punch, it's actually the same measurement we started with, the 3 5/8. All right, so every other measurement should be the one that's on that table over here, this stuff over on the chart. So it was 3 5/8, we rotated it, we didn't even take note of the measurement, and now we're back to 3 5/8. The paper I'm using right now is actually Bristol paper. This is Bristol paper from Strathmore. Getting that groove in there. I cut it down earlier. Bristol paper blends really, really easy. You can do watercolor on it. It's kind of like a mixed media type of paper. You can do lots on it. It just happened to be what I had cut out. Hey, Molly. Okay. Put our punch board aside. And I like to assemble my envelope before I get going on it. But if you prefer to decorate or design your envelope while it is flat, I think that's a great thing to do as well. All right, I'm going to fold in all the sides, and then we'll get going here. I'm going to adhere these flaps here in, and then I'm going to bring this bottom flap up. You notice how it overlaps that area right there? So I want to make sure I don't get my adhesive all the way up there. Now, some people like to put their adhesive right down here on the bottom of the side flaps. But if you notice, there's quite a bit of overlap And that just leaves this really open right here. So I like to put the adhesive on the bottom flap. But if you're unsure of like where you need to stop, you can just kind of put your pencil right there, and then you'll have a little pencil mark, and that'll tell you, don't put the adhesive past that mark. Generally, I just eyeball it. As long as it's close, it's not that big of a deal. Another thing that I like to let people know about when I make my envelopes is do not put your adhesive all the way to the corner. Like all the way down here. Sorry, it's hard to see. See where that adhesive ends? I don't know if you can see it. It ends right here. So this little tab area is open. I'm just going to zoom in. Hold on. Okay. Oh, is Jennifer going to bed? She was just saying hello. I missed it. Okay. Jennifer says, have fun tonight. Sadly, I'm going to bed early because Christina and Sika kept me up all week, kept me up late all weekend, and I am tired. It's true. I am tired as well. Okay, so I leave this. Oh, good night, Jennifer. Get some good sleep. I keep this area here. I keep the area here clear so that when they go to open the envelope, they have somewhere to slide an envelope opener in or something like that. I do the same thing up here. So I'll repeat that here in a minute and I'll let you know. The tape I'm using is from Lawn Fawn. It's a good one. And it holds things really tightly. So I'm just getting these bottom flaps up there. A little bit of pencil showing, so I'm just going to erase that. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and fold this top flap down as well. I'm not going to be stenciling on it today, so I don't want it out there. And just to make it easier on myself later, I'm going to go ahead and put the tape on now as well. I'm not going to take the release paper off. I'll wait until I put my card inside, but and once again, I'm not taking that adhesive all the way to the end. I'm having it stop right there. Do you see that? It's stopping before it gets to the end. Okay. All right, so now I've got my envelope. I'm actually going to fold this down really well, and I'm even going to take some temporary tape. This is just Easy C tape, and I'm just going to tape this closed so that it stays flat while I work on the other side. Okay, so here's our Knit with Love stencils. You know what? The middle triangle part, Geraldine, I don't worry about because I'm going to adhere this closed. They're never going to see it. They're most likely going to have to cut the top of the envelope to get it open. So I don't even worry about it. Okay, so I'm only going to be using this stencil right here because like I said, I thought it'd be fun to kind of have that be where the recipient's address is. In fact, you know, I probably could just kind of get this whole thing centered on the envelope. That's not too bad. That kind of looks nice. And then I'll have my postage stamps up here. They'll be like right there. Or maybe even like this. Okay, I could see that. That could be really, really cute. So maybe I'll have it be like it's Sweet Pea right here, and then it'll go to Poppy, and then it'll go out to Cranberry. I think that's really, really cute. Okay. So I'm going to use some mint tape to just get this kind of masked off. I'm not meaning to adhere it down to my work surface, but maybe that will, maybe that's a good thing. I've got to get this centered. I don't know if there's any postage stamps with like sweater designs on them, but if there were, this would be the perfect opportunity to use those postage stamps. I'm just getting this masked off because that's what, whoa, sorry. All right, camera, you're gonna focus on that right there. And stay focused on it, please. Okay. Betsy's asking, can you make number 10 envelopes on that punch board? You know what? I'm not sure. Let me look. I imagine you probably can because it can make like rectangular envelopes and whatnot. So let me check. I do know you can almost make any measurement. There's some websites out there. Some people have blogs that you can, they have calculators on them. So you probably can. If it's not on the punch board, you probably can find the measurements online somewhere. Okay. I have no idea. Gosh. It looks like the longest length for your card is 8.5. I don't know. I think it probably would be easiest to look it up with one of those calculators online. That's my guess. Okay. Let's get some ink pads. So we're going to start with Sweet Pea. And just because I'm paranoid about getting ink all over my white jacket, I'm going to take my jacket off. I'm going to be over here shivering. Okay. It's wintertime, y'all. It's cold in the house. Okay. We've got Sweet Pea. And I think I'll use... I'm going to use my Altenew mini blending brushes. Although I think I need... Oh, well, I guess I'm using that one. I just got ink all over the edge. I just wanted to like see how much ink is on it because I want it to be fairly light coming out from the center here. Okay, and I'm going to take this pink out a little bit further than I actually intend the pink to be because I want to give it a little bit of space for the poppy color to blend into. In fact, I might, yeah, I'm going to bring the pink in a little more intensely because I think on the finished envelope, I'm actually going to have... I'm going to blend again without the stencil. So I'm going to have a little bit more pink kind of coming in. And I'm changing directions of my circular blending motions so I can really get every single crevice on the design. Okay, so that's our first color, which was Sweet Pea. I'm gonna come in with Poppy, and since I'm gonna add a little bit of Cranberry on the edges, I'm just gonna take Poppy all the way to the edge, and then I can bring in Cranberry just to deepen up those edges a little bit. Okay. I considered using one of my larger blending brushes for this because I am doing a large area. But I discovered when I played with the stencil before that the very small openings of the knit pattern, if you have a large brush and a particularly juicy ink pad, it is very easy to oversaturate the area, and then you start to get kind of like bleeding areas on the design. And I'd like to prevent doing that as much as I can. So using a smaller brush that doesn't have quite as much ink on it just because of the nature of the size of the brush, it does tend to help. I'm going to have to come back with that Sweet Pea because I feel like I'm losing some of the pink just by bringing in this poppy, which is a very strong color. In fact, I'm getting it all over my hand. Okay. I love using stencils on envelopes. You can use this with a bunch of other stencils. You just mask off an area. This happens to have a heart already kind of omitted from the pattern, but you could just mask off anything. Like if you had like a big pattern on a stencil set, like layered stencils or something, die cut a heart out of masking paper, put that on your envelope, and then you can, you'll have kind of the same idea as what I've got going here. All right, I'm going to go back to that Sweet Pea, which I totally am using this ink pad holder incorrectly. I'm just going to bring that Sweet Pea back in. Just trying to get that pink. Oh, good. Thank you, Andrea. Andrea just posted in the chat a link to a punchboard calculator. Okay, now let's bring in some of that cranberry. Okay. And we'll bring that cranberry in on the corners. We just want it just a little bit darker. Oh my word, I love cranberry. Cranberry and poppy. Oh, there's my favorite. I've gone through so much poppy cardstock with Christmas and now Valentine's coming. It's kind of crazy. Okay. Alrighty. I think I'm going to remove my stencil now. Still going to do a little bit of ink blending because I think I want to do a little bit of color over the entire envelope so that anything white on top is going to stand out. But oh, that's pretty cute. See, it's not really showing the transition from pink to red to cranberry very much. So I think adding a little bit of an ink blend will do that even better. And I love that this, I didn't even plan it when I designed it like this, but it kind of fits this envelope perfectly. It's kind of crazy. All right, I'm going to clean off this stencil just at my sink. There's a lot of red ink on it, so I don't want to get it everywhere. And then after I have it kind of wiped down quite a bit, I'm gonna spray it with rubbing alcohol and wipe it once more, because that really cleans off any ink that might be hanging around. I'm almost out of rubbing alcohol in my little spray bottle, so I've got to replace it here at some point. Okay. Stencil's cleaned. You can see like some in these little corners, there's a little bit of that bleeding. That's what I was referring to. And I think it's because I just kept adding more and more cranberry. Okay. I'm gonna put another piece of paper down on this just so I can have the ink go off the edge. And let's see, I think I'll just start with the cranberry. And I'm just going to like come in on the corners. Oh, look at that, it's smearing from the bits of ink that were bleeding over. That's okay. I will do, what was it? You know what I'm gonna do? I'll do this, hold on. We'll just pick up some of that. Oh, I'm just spreading it everywhere. Oh, Christina, that's okay. Wow, that really has a lot of ink on it, doesn't it? I think it was better just to have it bleed. However, I am going to protect my fingertips now that I've got ink on them. I'm going to protect it with a little bit of paper, mint tape. I just heard something from the cat's room where they are. I hope that was just one of them jumping from the cat tree. Okay, so that's a little bit of cranberry. In fact, that might be all I need. Maybe, maybe not. Am I going to add some sweet pea? I think I will. Okay. I'm like, what pink is left on my brush here? I might just do this and just get that pink from just whatever is left. My husband heard me say something. I think I heard a noise from the cat's room. He's like, I'm gonna go check. Go check on the kitties. Okay, that's pretty cute. I like that. And then you can see the difference in the white. That is quite a big difference. Oh, they're out. Hey, boys. Hi. Are you going to make your YouTube live debut? Oh, Fred, you're sleepy. Come here. Come here, honey. Oh, little squeak. Okay. All right, you can see his head. There's his head. Oh, you gonna look up at us? Okay, hold on. Let's see if he might not let me put him on his back. Hold on. Oh, he's just gonna squirm. Hi, are you being shy? He's being shy. He's all no. Okay, hold on, baby. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Oh, he doesn't want to be up. Okay, there you go. Hey, Kevin, come here. Hi, baby. I think he's starting to respond to his name. Hi. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Okay, so here's little Kevin. Okay, can we turn you over? Oh, I have an open ink pad. That is like a mess waiting to happen. Okay, come here. Hold on, get around. Okay, I can't. That's a no. surprised he didn't get coated with the cranberry ink or Sweet Pea ink or something right then. Hey, Kevin, are you going down to play? Hey, follow your dad down there. Come on. Oh, he's okay. He's up here for a bit. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. I think I'm done with the Sweet Pea and all those inks. I think we're going to go on to doing an address. Now, I have not picked an address out yet. So if any of you have not submitted your address this month, and I haven't been doing mail art a ton, so I don't blame you, but now would be the time to go put your address in. Go put your address in. I don't have my other camera set up tonight, sorry. Otherwise I would. Hey, Kevin, where'd you go? I don't know where he went. Is he still in my craft room? There he is. Hi. Why don't you go downstairs? Here, come here. Come here, baby. Okay. Here you go. I'm handing off the kitty. Thanks you. Thank you. My husband will go down there and play with him for a little bit. Okay, let's go pick an address. Da-da-da. Mail art address submissions. Let's pick one. Okay. This one looks great. Oh, it's to Canada even. So that's great. I'll have to put extra postage on. More opportunity for colorful stamps. We're going to do Connie Brown. All right, that's the address we're going with. And thank you for all the addresses that have come in. I'm hoping to get to some more mail art soon. That would be helpful. Thank you. Okay, so I was thinking I would do like a little black banner going across the heart, and then I would just fill in the address down below. Maybe on like some bars of black or something. So I was thinking, okay, let's see. So Connie Brown. What if it was like a little banner like that? I'm just gonna and then let's see here. And this one would be going up that direction. Okay. And I brought over some markers. These are the acrylic markers from Altenew. Thought I'd try these today. And I'm thinking I'm just going to do black and white, and that'll help it really stand out on the red and pink background. So the black acrylic marker should be fine, but I think I might switch to a white gel pen for like anything that's more detailed. I could even do this with a Sharpie or anything like that. I think I'll add detail to the banner with my white gel pen. So I'm not too concerned about this banner looking like it's all, you know, like it doesn't have any detail on these corners and stuff. I'll add that with my white gel pen. Oh, I'm hearing little kitty meows downstairs. They must be begging for food. It's like we don't feed them. Hi, Vivian. My Dazzle Dry nail polish color for tonight is Apple of My Eye. It's one of their brand new colors that just came out last week. All right, I'm gonna let that dry for just a moment. While that's drying, I might as well do my return address on the flap. So I'm gonna get another marker, like a different one. I'm tempted to use my much loved envelope addressing pen. I think I will. It is discontinued. I'm sorry I can't link to it. It's my favorite pen from like 5 million years ago. Okay. Alrighty, that looks like it's dry. I'm gonna grab a white gel pen. And I'm first going to outline my banner here. Nerdy Girl's asking, do you put anything inside the envelope to protect against bleed through? You can if you think what you're using might bleed through, but I'm not using any inks or paints or whatever that would bleed through tonight, so I'm not worried about it. I actually might go over these edges with a white acrylic marker just because I feel like with the C9 ink, the pinks and the reds underneath, the Jelly Roll pen, like it's wet and it reactivates the inks and then it doesn't look white, it looks pink. So we'll see if I can get it to look nice. That's not too bad. I wish it was a little bit smoother right through here. But that's okay. All right, so I think I'm going to do Connie's name in white. And then I will do the street address in black. Okay, so Connie Brown. I'm just, oh my word, look at my fingertips. They're getting all inked up. Now I will protect the envelope with some Distress Microglaze. That'll help it from like ink spreading and all that. But for now, I'm just gonna do that to protect my fingers. Okay, so Connie Brown. Scribble on that Post-it tape. Really, I should protect my hand underneath too. Hold on. We'll just do a little of this. Okay. Hearing little kitty meows downstairs. Okay, I've got a big space here, and her last name is only 5 letters. So I'm going to change up the style of my writing just because I know there's lots of room. And there's still room. That's okay, whatever. Maybe I'll do, oh, I know. I'll do a little heart at the end. Ta-da! Just fill in the space. Okay, and then I'm gonna switch to a different pen. And then, let's see here. Trying to figure out how I'm going to do this spacing. I have run out of space. I'm going to figure out what to do. I think maybe I'll just do a little, maybe I'll do another little banner right here that says Canada. I think that could be cute. And have it kind of take up this little spot right here too. Spell check? There's nothing wrong. Really supposed to say info, not bro? Oh, she's saying that she had something spelled wrong. I thought she was saying I had something spelled wrong. I'm like, what? Okay, all right. We'll do another little banner right here. And this one will be Canada. Why not? Okay. Looks a little bit haphazard, but I think I can add other little hearts and little things around it that will make it look purposeful. Okay, well, that's got to get that to dry first. Test out my white gel pen over here again. Make sure it's flowing well. La, la, la. Just waiting for that dry. I guess I could hit it with my heat tool. Maybe we'll do that because it's still wet. You see that spot? Okay. Okay, that one right there. Right there. Okay, and then we're just going to say Canada. And Canada is 6 letters long. Okay. Okay. Papergram says, a good friend lives in Beamsville. So weird to see such a familiar address. Well, maybe your new friend is Connie. You could have 2 friends. Okay, so I'm thinking it might be fun to put some additional little hearts or something, kind of filling some of the spaces, you know, just having a little bit of fun with it. So maybe like, I don't know if I want to put another little heart right there, maybe like a black heart with a white outline. Like some of the stitching almost looks like hearts, which I think is kind of fun, but one right there. Maybe we'll have another little heart right there. And then we'll do one right here. Oh, this is looking really cute. I like it. Yeah, I like that. And we'll put some white around on those hearts, other than I want this heart to be a little more rounded right there. Yep, perfect. Once again, using my heat tool. I'm just knocking things off my desk just to dry that so I can draw on top of it quickly. Okay, let's see here. Come on. a little more up here. I don't really know how much the white around these hearts is really going to show, but I think it's worth the extra effort. Okay. I almost want to add a little bit of a gray shadow underneath the banner parts. So I think I do want to try that, but I want something that's a little bit transparent. So I'm going to grab a gray. Let's see, I could try like an Olo or a Copic, but I think I'm actually going to grab like a Tombow marker. I have no idea if this gray is going to be too light or too dark, so we're going to test it out. Let me just test it. I think that's going to be a little too dark. You know what? I think I will. Well, I don't want something that's totally going to smudge. So I really do need to use like a Tombow or something like that. Wait, I could use like one of the original Karin markers. That would work. Let's see here. I'm just breaking open my entire stash here. Okay. Like, I'm thinking this might work. Cool Gray 1. Oh, that's okay. I need something warmer with all the pinks. So, Neutral Gray 1. That would work. Yeah, and it is on that mint tape, so it looks a little different. I think I want something even a little bit warmer than that. So, Warm Gray 1. Well, close enough. Okay, let's try this just over in this little corner. Perfect. I'm just putting just a little bit of a shadow underneath the banner. It doesn't really show all that much. I just thought it'd be a nice touch. Okay, I think it shows up even more down here. I might do one more little pass up here. I'm going to add a little bit of shadow on the hearts as well. To make them look like they're popped up. Oh yeah, that was a good move. I like that. Gives them just a little bit of shading. Ooh, I love that. All right, so we've got to figure out postage because it's going to Canada, so it's going to need additional postage on the envelope. So here we go. How much does it cost to mail your card? This printout is available for free at the link down in the video description of this video. At least I think it's down there. It should be. So, okay. Well, the address is a little skewed, so I already know. Okay, we'll just go through the chart. Is your card in its final envelope? No, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to be that card that I showed earlier. So it's a 1-layer card. It'll be very minimal weight. I know it's going to be fine. It's not thicker, no. Does it have any of these things? The address is not parallel. True, because it's a little wavy. So, yes, right here, it says your card is non-machinable. Include the non-machinable surcharge in your total, and then continue to question for it. So the non-machinable for Canada is 46 cents. We put this in. 46. I'm just writing it down. Okay. And then the base price is $1.65. Okay. And then, does it weigh more than 1 ounce? It won't. Yeah. So then all we've got is the $1.65 and then the 46. So that is $2.11. So I need to make sure that I have $2.11 of postage. Both of these are Forever Stamps, and Forever Stamps are 73 cents. So 73 times 2. Oh my word, I cannot even. 146. $1.46. So I am short 55 cents. Is that right? I'm making sure here. Okay. First, I'm going to check my math on the non-machinable. Yes, 211. Okay. 73 times 2. 146 minus 211. 65 cents. I'm glad I checked. I would have been 10 cents short. Okay, so I need 65 cents in additional postage. Carissa, you just might get your puppy stamp, because 3 of those would definitely be enough. Okay, let's see here. Is the puppy stamp going to match? Oh, it might. He's like black and white. He's cute. I think he would match. Oh, he does. He does match. Okay, so I'm getting all my stamps back in my stamp book here. Put that right there. I have no, is Connie in the chat? I have no idea. If Connie's in the chat, let us know. Are you a dog or a cat person? Because I could easily change it to the cat. I'm just saying. Okay, postage is 73. I'm just going to make sure. 73 times 3, 219. We are 8 cents above the required postage, so that should not be a problem. I'm thinking we're going to need to do it in this order. If the postage rates included or were the postage rate in Canada does not apply to people sending things from the U.S. using U.S. postage. It doesn't apply. We just have to make sure we have enough postage on our end for what the USPS requires. Correct, Geraldine. On your side, they went up. It does not affect ours coming from the U.S. Alrighty. Let's put these on, and then I'll have to do the microglaze. Not sure why, but that particular stamp is just slightly larger than these other ones. It's weird. I don't know. If I can figure out how to get this stamp off the release paper. There we go. Oh, I just love postage stamps. And those are so dang cute. And you know what? I had a reason to need so much postage. Sometimes I just use lots of postage just because it's cute for aesthetic reasons, but this one I had a reason. All right. So this ink, it does eventually dry down, but any moisture will smear it. So what we're going to do is put some Distress Microglaze on it, and that like seals up the envelope and makes it more resistant to water. It's not going to save your envelope if it's dropped in a bucket of water, but it will help resist it. So this is Microglaze. Distress Microglaze. I'm down to the very bottom of mine, but don't you worry, I've got like 3 other jars. So you just put some either on your fingertips, or I like to use this mini round blending tool. And you just start applying it to your project that you don't want to have any smears or smudges. And the first time I used this, I was so afraid, and I still am a little bit nervous. I'm like, is that going to smear what I've already done? It doesn't. It's kind of magical. It's kind of the consistency of like lip balm, and it just glides over whatever you're doing. Now, if you have used something metallic, like some Yuli watercolors or something like that, it does take a little bit of the sparkle off. There is still going to be some of that sparkle, but it does kind of mute the sparkle a little bit, but it does make it so it won't move around. So I think it's worth it. Okay, that got a little bit of red on there. No big deal. So now I don't know if you can see the color, but it kind of smeared it off. That's okay. I'm going to take my paper towel here and buff off the excess. You may have noticed that I did not, see, look at that, it's taking off lots of red. I did not put the microglaze over the postage stamps. That's because it completely seals whatever it's applied to. And the post office here in the US needs to be able to cancel the postage stamps. So please do not seal the stamps. Okay. All right, so I took all that off, and it'll make it so it won't smear or smudge once it's dry. Now, the Distress Microglaze does need a little bit of time to dry. I'm not going to put this in the mail like first thing tomorrow. I'm going to probably wait a few days, so it won't be an issue. All right, I'm going to put this microglaze away. And here we are. Here is the envelope. And hold on, let me put this marker away. I'll show you with the card right here. Here's the card that can go with it. So cute. I think it could also, like, you know, if the knit envelope is a little too much, I think I'm going to swap it out with one of my other cards that I made for this release. I think I could swap it for that one. Love it. Or this one could be really cute too. I used all the same color palette for my cards for this release. So I think this one could be really cute too. Bring in a little bit of that juniper. I think it looks awesome. Okay, I'm not sure which card I'll be sending on to Connie, but I have lots to choose from, it looks like. The stencil set that I used today is available over at concordandninth.com right now. I've got it linked down below. When you click on the link that says like show visual supply list, stuff like that, that's the only thing on the list right now. I'll go back through, add the inks, add the markers, the punch board, all that. So ta-da! Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to be sharing more videos showing how I created my cards for the release over the next week or two. So you'll see those cards coming out, or those videos coming out, and I'll be back here live again next Monday. So I hope you'll come back and join me. I'm going to do a little spiel for those watching the edited replay that I'll post tomorrow, and then we'll wrap this video up. So here is the finished card. Not even a card. Hello, let's restart that. So here's the finished envelope for tonight. Big thank you to Connie for allowing me to use her address. I'll get this in the mail in the next couple of days. Big thank you, Connie. And I will have some videos coming up in the next week or so using my latest release. So you'll see some more of this stencil and some more Valentine's Day cards in general. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in another video very soon. All right. Oh, hello. A lot of you snuck in while I was crafting and I didn't see you sneak in. Love it. Oh yeah, Tiffany says, I just realized the first stamp says forever in the heart. Isn't that cool? I think it's so fun. Let me see here. So you can get that closer. Yeah, it says forever in all the swirls. Isn't that amazing? I love the heart and forever stamps. What was the Valentine's Day stamp this year? Did I order it? I now have to go over to USPS.com and look. Because, I mean, I would assume it would be out by now. Stamps. Oh, I love this. They've like reissued an old design. Okay. All right. So this, oh, I don't know if you guys will even be able to see this. Hold on. Did you guys see that? There we go. It is a design from a postage stamp that was issued back in 1985. I'm pretty sure there were some postage stamps like this back then. I don't have any myself. Or maybe it's just artwork I've seen, but it says the 2025 left stamp features the 1985 untitled drawing by artist Keith Haring. Rendered in Haring's iconic, deceptively simple style, this design shows a large red heart with thick black lines radiating from it. Okay, well, I just need to go buy about 5 sheets of these. So here we go. We also have a new lunar year. Healthcare community stamps. Oh, I didn't mean to tap on that. Healthcare community stamps. I need to get more of those holiday ones because I used all mine that I bought. And there's a new global stamp. What? Ooh, that's pretty. I wish I could. This wasn't so bright. Do you guys see that? It's like a compass. That's cool. Most of the global stamps that they've done over, I don't know, like 5 or so years, if I remember correctly, they were all flower stamps. I think there may have been some, was there a moon one? I can't remember, but something a little different is fun. Anyway, thanks for joining me tonight. Oh yes, the Betty White stamps. I can't wait for those too. Those are going to be so great. I love it. All right, y'all. Until next week for another live, I will see you in some crafty videos. I hope you have a chance to create something fun tomorrow and, you know, get a little crafty yourself. Thanks for joining me tonight and for all your support. I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.